Hello, welcome to Animal Audit Corner. Of course, everyone in the community, since the infiltrating of the United States government with Operation Snow White, everybody is standing tall against Scientology. So what I did was take the song's title and turn it in to everybody's own. So let's get right down to it. L. Ron Hubbard initially inundated Operation Rescue in 1973 in his organization. The information was known for being Scientology's most infamous activity in the organization's history. The operation would be notorious for being Scientology's largest crime in the history. Everyone was implicated in that crime, including Hubbard's wife, Mary Sue Hubbard, was tried for that crime. The public was overwhelmed and shocked about the whole incident. Hubbard is one of the most worst cult leaders in history, right next to Charles Manson. That organization broke into the government files and replaced them with falsified documents. That violation of stealing those classified documents and altering them would lead to the arrest of Hubbard's wife, Mary Sue Hubbard, along with other individuals that participated in that crime. Agencies were up in arms over the whole incident when it took place in that year. The government offices were shocked to know that their security was breached. The organization was intended to look after their public image, but they would use illegal activity to do it. The Guardian's office would be held responsible for committing that crime. After the whole issue spilled out into the public, the Guardian's office would shut down and rebrand it soon after. After the leak was fueled in controversy when it became public information, that operation would highlight Scientology's cult interaction with other entities. Then ultimately, the public will see them differently after the whole episode happened. And nevertheless, after Scientology's infiltrating of the United States government in 1973, Mary Sue Hubbard would be tried and convicted of infiltrating the government after her husband, L. Ron Hubbard, threw her under the bus. Then, in conclusion, people would see Scientology in a whole new light after that illegal activity. Then, from infiltrating the government, from public domain, there would be more incidents to come. Scientology is very shallow and very cruel when it comes to people. They are usually in a world of their own and always are self-conscious of their surveillance. Why you find all these cameras in and around the building. That's how self-conscious those guys are. Scientology has the history of being aggressive towards people. They are known for being forceful, dominant with people around them. Scientology is also known for being a bunch of con artists that would squeeze money out of people. They have a test center that they would recruit everyone in that walks by the building. Scientology are always unpredictable when tricking people into joining their organization. Running scams on people is what Scientology does best when they approach the public. Then they try and get people to watch one of their movies. Then what they do in that test center, when they're watching the movie, they would lock people in those rooms. And then the people who are running the test center would watch them. When approached by Scientology or any other cult, these are the signs to look for. If Scientology approaches you to take a personality test, respectfully decline. These personality tests are designed to trick you into joining their cult. Then they would often offer people courses and books they usually don't need. Then they would use those to find your weakness to reel you in and get you to stay. Then if they start painting a negative picture of you, then that would mean they would get you to join. Then nevertheless, if Scientology or other cults try and pressure you into staying, leave. Then if they keep you from leaving, that would be classified as kidnapping. Go to the authorities immediately when they do that. And if they don't do anything, go to their supervisors. And if the supervisors don't do that, go directly to the FBI. Of course, we would all know the LAPD is in cahoots with Scientology when people try and report them. That's why they have all the tours for government officials and police department. But recently, there's this new chief in town that they offered to have a tour with, but that chief or supervisor declined. Then, nevertheless, when you follow these guidelines, then you will not be stuck in a complicated situation. Then ultimately, you will be safe and they wouldn't have a reason to keep you there. Then all in all, you will be safe from not only Scientology, but other cults as well. And if anyone of those organizations start to make you uncomfortable, then once again, go to the authorities because that discomfort would tell you something. Then, in conclusion, if you follow these guidelines, you will be fine. Oops. Now, you know that Scientology is always infamous for their crimes, but they come off as this cool, calm, sweet people. And what they do is win public trust. They are a lot like the Turkish government. They know how to make allies out of people. They would have fundraisers for police officers and then donate to their union. And they would do, it looks like they would do the same thing for the fire department. And then they would donate to political fundraisers when there's an election going on. So when Scientology commits the crime, they will look the other way and then commit those crimes. As you recall, yes, on Friday, was it Monday? No, Monday, back in Monday, I did a story on their concentration camp and the Armenian genocide concentration camp where they had them work in poor conditions. Of course, that's what a concentration camp is. It's either that or they would, of course, in the case of the Armenian genocide, they would get sent to the concentration camps and be slaughtered there. But in Scientology's case, they would use it for free labor. And that's how they win you over with the community barbecues. So in case they have a community barbecue, avoid that whole barbecue altogether. And if you happen to pass by and they ask you if you want anything to eat, respectfully decline and move about your way, because you don't want to be conned or let them commit an, because that's what Scientology does. They're good at making allies. And David Miscavige might come off as a nice person, but he's not. He's a bully. He's a monster. And if he happens to be at one of those events, don't interact with him. Don't interact with any of the Scientologists or Scientology, and just move forward. Now, the Scientologists are nice people where they're in the bad situation. Now, John Travolta is a nice person, but he got caught in a situation. Even the nicest person could do something wrong. We're not perfect. We all mess up. Celebrities are no exception. And Tom Cruise, well, he was corrupt right when he joined. And then got a personality transplant from David Miscavige, his buddy. Well, but then in conclusion, Scientology's infamous for squeezing money out of people. And then they would, according to Nora Ames, would put it in an offshore account after. The woman is suffering from trauma along with the other Scientologists that former Scientology, let me rephrase it, former Scientology left the entire organization altogether. They've been seeing professional helps ever since. That's right. Eventually, when they get out, it will take a while for them to go see a professional because of what Scientology told them. But then all in all, they would go seek professional help. But all in all, at the end, when you don't have professional, okay, they would at the end seek advice from the MJR Aftermath Foundation and the SPTV Foundation for aid at the end when they get out of Scientology. And they would give them an apartment, a car, and all the necessities they need. And every weekend, I get you to cook because that's one of the necessities you need to survive. And then if you don't have any of those resources, go to the link down below, and all the mental health facilities will be labeled there. So, at the end, hit that like, press subscribe, and I'll see you next time.